Hello, my name is Leslie Whitty, and I work for the South Central Workforce Development Board, as do my friends John and Brian. We like to talk about what we're doing. We like to talk about, exciting stuff. So we are trying to trim everything down. And speaking of trimming, I would like to give a shout out to John Swords, our president CEO, who decided to shave. And also, he's wearing glasses today. So he completely, has thrown off the avatar that I created for him. So thank you, John. We're going to go ahead and hide that. So would you prefer an avatar with a clean shaven look and no glasses, or just surprise me every week?
Yeah, I'll surprise you every week. No, I want to reminisce on my shaven look, so you can just keep that out for now.
Okay. All right. So here's the format for Workforce Water Cooler. We're going to try this so we hopefully can get a lot of information in a short period of time. Each one of us will talk about a topic, something that's going on in workforce, something that the board's working on, and we will have all of 2 minutes total. So we are going to be timing each other. After we have talked for 1 minute, we're going to hold up a 1 minute sign. And if we're still going at 2 minutes, this means, hey, we're pulling you off the stage. So again, it's designed to make this short and informative and hopefully enjoyable. So with that, I am now turning Workforce Water Cooler over to John Swords, our president and CEO, and I'm timing him.
I'm on the clock. All right. Well, Leslie, thank you for the introduction, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yeah, so just from my vantage point, what I'll highlight this week is that I am working on gathering the numbers for a quarterly labor market report that we want to provide to employers. And as I'm pulling these numbers together and researching it, one of the things that it hasn't surprised me, but it's confirmed what I've known for a while. There's tremendous pressure with employers to find labor. When you go back to January, we had about 6,200 open jobs across our 10-county region. In March, that jumped up pretty significantly to around 7,300 open jobs. And for the month of June, we had 7,900 open jobs. So, it has really jumped up by almost 1,700 open jobs from January to June. So pretty significant leap. That's just a tidbit of the data that I want to provide and talk about in the upcoming labor market report that we'll produce. Done.
That was perfect. So what other kinds of data would be available when we talk about labor market?
Yeah, we really want to get in and talk about labor market participation rates. That's been an ongoing issue, even pre-pandemic. Our region suffers from a fairly low labor force participation rate. Pre-pandemic wise, by our rough math, and it's rough fuzzy math, we already had about 80,000 working age people between the age of 16 and 64 that were not participating in the labor force. And that's just a huge number. And, that there could be a multitude of reasons for it, but it's a number that we want to tackle, right? If you're not working but could, what's that barrier? What's preventing you from doing so? And what can we do to help you get back into the workforce?
It's like you're a pro or something. John is doing it.
I'm setting the standard.
You can turn it over to myself or Brian. You pick.
Well, Leslie, let's go back to you.
All right. I would like to share a little bit of information about the board's social media. I cover the social media for the board, and I would like to encourage everyone who is watching this to follow us on social media. Our handle is at SCKYWDB. And if you forget that, just search for South Central Workforce and I'm sure we will come up. But we are constantly posting updates, job openings, job fairs, services. That is the absolute best way to keep in touch with what's happening in the workforce, is through social media. So again, I highly encourage everyone to follow us. We really try to make it enjoyable and also informative.
All right, right on the money, Leslie.
Nail on the 1 minute mark.
All right, any questions or comments on social media?
Leslie, if you want to comment, I mean, we've had really good engagement. I mean, our engagement numbers have really spiked this year. You want to just talk to that for a second?
Oh, yeah. We, as far as numbers of followers, as far as video views, video seems to be the most popular type of post right now. Right now, July 7th, we are already at 177% what we had last year for the whole year. So we're on track to have 3 or 4 times total just in video. So we appreciate you sharing items. That is a huge help. If you see something and like it, comment on it. Again, we really try to keep it informative and also just different. So it's something you actually like following. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. There you go.
All right, very good.
And you hit your minute mark again. That's phenomenal.
All right.
Brian,
it's all on you, Brian. It is all on you.
Well, I'll close this down then. Yeah, I'm still kind of relatively the new guy around here, but the workforce board and a lot of the community partners we work with are not new to me. And we just last week had an in-person meeting and had people joining virtually. It was the first time that we'd had the in-person part happen, but our community partnership group, which was our partner team before, and we just renamed it to the community partner team. This is what I want everybody to know. I mean, this is an active group. For some people, it's been several years, 4 years or more that they've been involved. And we convene, we meet, we talk about all things workforce. We're constantly talking about how to have solutions for job seekers, how to have solutions for employers and provide pipelines for them. And so, you know, it was great because there's been new staff that have been hired at some organizations. We had new partners in the room last week that had never attended one of these meetings before. We know each other, but to get everybody kind of, you know, in the room together virtually and in person, it's been great to have that collaboration, that opportunity to get together again and talk about how we can address, you know, this workforce shortage and the open positions we have.
And to me, and I was able to be there in person, to me, it was almost, and I mentioned this to several people, it felt like almost the first day back to school after summer break, and you're like, oh, your hair's grown. Oh, you've
Right.
shaven, John, you know, that kind of thing. But there's no substitute for being in person.
There's not, but, you know,
Right.
yeah, I mean, it's great. We had donuts. I mean, we're going to try to encourage people to come in person, but we've also expanded to have this hybrid option where, you know, we represent a 10-county region and we've got partners in all 10 counties, and some of them can't really give up time to travel and come here. So we want to keep that option on the table. We'd rather have them be involved. So if you're a partner watching this, if you were there, we hope you come back. And if you weren't, then you need to make it for the next month's meeting.
And if they're not able to, the hybrid is a very cool option. And it,
yes,
Brian, you like it. It's almost like a robot, and it can follow
it's tracking our movement. It's picking up the audio. We got wireless mics. We're in good shape. And I'll also say, if you're not a partner or you think that there's an entity that might need to be a partner, touch base with us. Let's connect. Let's get you to the table again too, because you know, we can. There's a huge amount of resources that individuals that seek our services need, and we don't want to not know about the existence of those and how people can tap into them.
No wrong.
Absolutely. Well, I do not know where we are at time-wise, but I think we're very close.
We've busted it a little bit.
Well, but it's still, we went 14 minutes last time. So I think we have definitely improved.
Okay. Well, good talk, everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
Until next week.
Yes, we will see you next week. Thanks
See
for
you at the
joining us.
water cooler.
Thanks for joining us.